So I have a major update, and a link is going to be into the description for the whole story. So, as you may recall, I've been trying desperately since I was 3 years old to find out more about Maria. Maria, as you remember, is my Hong Kong doll that I've grown up with, and she's a hollow plastic doll. Didn't know where she came from, adorable little anime face there. And then recently we found Mariana, her long lost little sister, who is in a Electron strawberry blonde outfit. This is from a different company that did not make her. Somebody who previously owned her swapped the outfit, but didn't know beyond that where she came from. Well, recently discovered where she comes from and where Maria comes from. So they do not come from the company Electron. They come from a company called Fun World. Fun World started in 1959 and starting in 1960 made Maria and made a whole bunch of other toys and dolls, made a lot of stuff for craft stores, and then I want to say somewhere in the 2000s, maybe 2010s, they started to phase out some of their toys and move on to just making all of the Halloween wigs that we all buy at Walmart. And they do a lot of fun stuff for different seasons, and they're still in business. Now, back to when they were making toys. They had a lot of companies that they would outsource to. Most of them were in Hong Kong. A lot of them have pretty much been fused into one great big company now. But they used a Hong Kong distribution center to make Maria. Maria was not her original name, of course. That's the name I gave her. Her original name was Sportsdoll. And now things get really interesting. So, Sportsdoll used to be sold from 1960 until somewhere in the early 70s. Pick and Save was a company that frequently sold Sportsdoll, and then Five and Dime in Chicago had them. Sometimes Kresge's / Kmart had them. Canada had a few different dolls. And ta-da! This is what Maria would have looked like when she was brand new. I'm going to name this doll Tai. Not like the Digimon character, but Tai is an old Hong Kong name that means extreme or great. Now, here's what's really cool. Sportsdolls came out in 1960, and this was during a major time when most dolls were either little girl dolls in dresses, baby dolls, or Barbie clones, and that was kind of it. So it was all about fashion or childcare. Sportsdoll changed that. Sportsdolls were what they were, sports dolls. They had dolls for tennis, karate, They had dolls for soccer and basketball. They did have a few for ballet, but mostly the focus was on little girl dolls that did stuff that was traditionally for boys. And back in the 60s, especially the early 60s, that was huge. So, like, these dolls slipped under the radar, but they were incredibly huge for late boomers and a lot of Gen Jones and Gen Xers that were growing up. This was a hugely positive thing for girls to grow up with. So I found Tai, and then right after Tai was shipped, I found Jiu, which means beauty and grace. Now, these dolls were originally sold with Tishan / red hair and brown hair and blonde hair. This doll would have been Tishan haired originally, but because of oxidization, her hair now looks like a bright orange, which goes with her lipstick, so I think that works out just fine. So you can all see that they have the same sort of body type. Interestingly enough, Maria came to me in cloth shoes. Her shoes are in plastic. So you must be wondering, what about her body type? Well, check this out. So Sportsdoll went away for a couple of years, and then not really too long, about 2-3 years tops, and then she immediately came back as Pepper. Now, the first wave of Pepper dolls had the same rooted hair that Maria originally had. And then somewhere in the mid-70s, they switched to yarn hair. They quit painting the dots in the eyes. And Pepper is really cool. Pepper came in several different colors. I chose blue because this is just the prettiest. And Pepper was all about being an active girl who is expressive. She's bright and spicy and nice. And she was marketed as a little doll that encourages girls to speak up for themselves, be who you are. And she was very much into active play, and as you can see, she's got the same hands and the same structure as Mariana. And then Pepper was released for a little while, and then she went away, and then when Strawberry Shortcake came out and started to become really popular, they made one more wave called Today's Sports Gal, where they pretty much reused the Pepper dolls, but they changed out the yarn colors, and then they started painting on like more of a traditional dolly smile. So that is where my dolls come from, and now it's time to get them out of these ancient old boxes and bags. The box started to disintegrate as soon as I opened it. Ooh, there is some old smell going on in here. Ooh. But here's Pepper. She's got that smile that would later belong to Today's Sports Gals. Floral dress. Plastic shoes. Tights and such. Rubber bands on the yarn that are crusting off. I'm going to have to replace those. But I just thought this color of blue was too cute. And here is Ty, and she's interested in none of your mess. Absolutely none of your mess. Her hair is very short and kind of thin. Her limbs are quite supple, fresh out of the package. Loose, very much ready for play. What's interesting is there's a Ken doll outfit similar to this. When I found Maria, she had orange shorts and she had the Ken doll version of this outfit, and then it was like Frey doll to heck. But here, this is actually very well done. It's a nice, much tighter knit than the shirt she originally came in. Plastic shoes. Tulle socks. And she came with a soccer ball, but it's painted like a basketball. So she plays football. She can also kick the ball. So now I feel so relieved. This was a mystery that I'd been trying to solve since I was 3 years old, and I'm 37 now, and I can finally put this mystery to bed. So now, Maria, who used to go just being a lonely doll on the shelf, now she is surrounded by her 4 sisters. And I feel so good about this. So, thank you folks for watching. Check out the article. I've got a lot more history going on for Maria, all of her sisters and how they came to be, and additional dolls that are out there in the universe. And it's going to be a great read. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.